Good morning. How are you? It's Caroline from Complete Fitness and Wellbeing, bringing you 5 moves in 5 minutes for your balance and strength practice, which will hopefully help as we get older, going through midlife and beyond with our balance. Especially at this time of year, it's made me think, actually, it's -2 at the moment, January. Lots of icy, horrible conditions out there, so where our balance may really come into play. So working on our balance again, not only for day-to-day life and those possible trips and falls, but certainly when the weather is not great as well. Good morning. I hope you're well. So as always, with the movements I show you, please make sure you're feeling fit and well and you're ready to do what's suitable for you. Take into account any existing health issues or niggles you need to be mindful of, and you have a clear, safe space. And as we're working with our balance, having something close by if you need to help support you whilst you're doing these movements. No problems having your hands on something to help stabilise as we get used to those movements. I'm going to show you 3 moves that we do every week in the class, and you can work on that particular movement pattern, so we are progressing with it. We can see the changes of it, and it's a consistent practice. And then a couple of other moves just to add some dynamics to it, so some more strength as well as our balance too. So I'm going to use some equipment today, but this can all be done body weight. We're going to start off with a tiptoe, bend, lower, straighten. So just coming up onto tiptoes, we're working the hips, the knees, the ankles, everything. A really good mix. So timer on, 45 seconds work. I'm just holding a weight. I've got my feet hip width apart. I'm going to come up onto tiptoes. That could be enough, and back down again. But if I'm okay on that tiptoe position, I'm going to gently hinge my hips, bend the knees, lower the heels down and straighten. So tiptoe, bend, lower, straighten. It gives me a chance to notice, how do my toes feel? How is my balance up here on the balls of my feet? And then when I move, I hinge back, transferring that weight back a little bit and lowering. How does it all feel? Really noticing. So just gently up, hinge, lower, straighten. Up, hinge, lower, straighten. Brilliant. The next move I'm going to show you, I'm not going to actually hold the weight, but we're in a split stance to start with. So feet hip width apart into a split stance, and we're going to go into sort of a sprinter position, but we're not going to be sprinting. So everything facing forward, I'm coming forward up into the balls of my feet and then back down again. So as if I'm about to then take that next movement to sort of run ahead, but I'm pausing, bringing myself back. So those times occasionally where you might be walking, you've got to do that sudden stop. This is going to be working on that movement. We're working again the thighs, the core. So as you perhaps engage the core to help bring us back. Breathe in. Maybe looking straight ahead is enough. But with this movement, again, when we are walking, running about, we often have to look left to right, see where we're going. So can we incorporate that? Just checking side to side. And then we're going to go into our heel-toe movement. So we often do cue things, feet hip width apart to help with that balance. But what happens if we've got to change our walking stance? I'm going to hold my weight and I'm just going to walk forward for a few paces, heel to toe. I'm sensing and I'm feeling my heels against my toe. And then I'm going to walk backwards. Now, obviously, knowing what you've got behind you, if you're not comfortable walking backwards, turn around and keep walking forwards. But without looking at my feet, the body is sensing, the body is working out what's going on and accommodates for that. So again, another vital element to our balance work is knowing that we can change our step, change our gait to accommodate where we're at. So if I have to suddenly walk along a curb, then this isn't too bad. Also, I could be looking left to right as well. So there are 3 of our regular moves. The next move I want to show you, we're going to do a single leg deadlift. So that's a balance in itself, but then adding some tricep press backs. So I'm holding some weights, but you could just do this body weight. Feet hip width apart. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to begin to hinge. So my back leg comes up. I'm going to bring my arms up so the inner arms are tucked into the side of my ribs. And then I'm going to press my forearms back into a tricep extension and then come back up again. I'm going to do this alternating. So my right leg now stays still. Left leg steps back. I begin that hinge. This could be more than enough. Arms then tucked into the side and then pressing back, coming up. If we didn't want to do that in that position, we could do the press as we come back up again. The legs don't have to raise all the way up. It could just be we have the big toes on the floor. We still hinge, we still get that single leg movement, or we just take the foot off a tiny bit. So single leg straight leg deadlift with a tricep extension. So quite a lot going on there. And then the last move, we're going to do a bicep curl. So nice and straightforward bicep curl, but we're going to do it in our heel to toe position. So we're having to hold that lower body position, not necessarily in the most stablest position, because again, we've got a foot in front of the other, whereas normally feet under our hips, we feel nicely grounded. And then my upper body is creating movement and a little bit of momentum. So it's having to adapt. If that was too much, again, we could just have the foot slightly further forward and slightly set out maybe. So we're just adapting, trying things out differently, as well as getting a good workout on those biceps. So as I'm curling up, I'm exhaling, breathing in, returning back down again. So that was the 5 moves in 5 minutes for our balance and strength class, which will be starting at 8 o'clock this morning. As I said, we start off with several moves that we do week in, week out, so we can see the progression, we can work on that. And then we add different movements to challenge the body in different ways and still work on the strength. Let me know how you get on. Let me know how your balance is. Are you making time for it, working on it? Are you taking into account the conditions you're in that you might need to focus a bit more on with a balance? Let me know. I'd love to know. On that note, have a super weekend. If wherever you are, whatever the weather, take care, be safe, and I will see you next week for more 5 moves in 5 minutes. So take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.